Everyone, my name is Hello everyone, my name is Olajumoke Opajobi. I'm a graduate of Max-Migold Training Center. I graduated in the year 2020 and Max-Migold has been an excellent training for me. I went through this training and transitioning from an architect to a facility manager, and I totally enjoyed every bit of the training. It's so impactful. It went down to the list, to the bits of everything I need to know as a facility manager, and it has helped my career. Right now I've gotten a job from NI facility facility that I'm currently managing as a facility manager, and I so enjoyed the training, the team. I got to know about Max-Migold in year 2020 when we put up some flyers on an e-flyer. I saw an e-flyer that talked about facility management training, and it's something I've always shown interest. I've been looking out for what I can do differently as an architect to build myself and add value to myself. Then I got to know about Max-Migold. I followed through, and I had a 2 days free training session with Max-Migold, and from there I got so much interest in building my career as a facility manager, and they have helped me. I've gone through the full training, and I'm a graduate of Max-Migold. I appreciate that, and they have been wonderful. They have added so much value to my career, and it has been an excellent walkthrough with Max-Migold. Thank you.
My name is Peter Lawa, a facility manager with Triumph Properties and Facility Management, a graduate of FMMC Batch 12, of which prior to that I was a graduate of Physics with Electronics. It's funny when you hear physics and facility management. That shows what facility management can do to you. Coming into this, when I took the course, the 3 months Master Craft class, which was quite intense and very eye-opening. I came into the course with the intention of learning more pending when I will be getting fully employed, because prior to the program I was still in the job market trying to get somewhere to work. So fast forward to the class, I went through a lot, and this kind of broadened my perspective to the everyday activities and everyday objects I see around me. There are opportunities, there are all these things matter, right from the fabric of the material used in painting, decorating, even life of the dust on the table, cleaning.
Hello, my name is Amaka Anasi, and before the facility management diploma, Mastercraft diploma, I was working in the Lagoon School as a facility manager. I heard about the diploma and I attended the free training first because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the diploma. So the free training convinced me that this was it. So I registered for the diploma. It has been worth my while, really, and very worth my while. So before the diploma, I had been working in facility management for about 5 years, and generally groping in the dark, making mistakes, learning from costly mistakes. Now with diploma, my facility management strategy has changed. It's no longer firefighting, but even though that still happens occasionally because life happens. But now I know, okay, so I have different maintenance strategies for different assets I can put in place and reach the bins before faults happen, which is the best way of practicing facility management. Then also, I know that some of my colleagues, some of my classmates in diploma have gotten promotions or pay rises, and you want to have that too. And also, through the training, I've been exposed In fact, I'm still being exposed. I contribute and I learn by being part of the alumni group. It's wonderful. There's a lot. I'm exposed to industry standards. You hear from other people who are wearing the same shoes as you're wearing. So you're not alone. It's big, that sense of community. And I want to thank Mr. Paul and the team of Max-Migold for the wonderful opportunity. And I encourage you to do the same to start the program.
My name is Adeninji Clements. I work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I joined the Max-Migold in January 2022, and which is the diploma program. I enjoyed the program, both the field, practical. There is a practical we hold at Ikoyi. I forgot the name of the address. The plumbing practical, it was also and it helped me a lot to improve on at my own site. I started working in Ministry of Foreign Affairs since 2007, and from resident at Ikoyi to our training school at Badagry from 2012, and from there, since then, they tried to introduce Max-Migold to me, in which my organization see that from there I can still gain more experience to improve my career. And since when I joined in the area of asset register, I improve on it. In the area of procurement, I make sure that all our materials and everything is being kept safely. And in the area of maintaining the generator annually also, it helped me a lot. Both the cleaning of the environment, it was so also, and Max-Migold we still continue to be great, and we enjoy Mr. Paul, Mr. Emmanuel. I can't remember all our resource people. We really enjoy them, and I pray that God Almighty will continue to help them and will continue to promote the Max-Migold. Thank you.
Mastercraft program started. I attended a training before, a free training before the Mastercraft program, and I told myself that it would make a lot of sense to do the Mastercraft program. And just my first day at the class, I learned a lot. It was like I wasn't even practicing facilities management all this while. I went home and I went home very fulfilled, and I told myself I have no regrets starting this program. Before then, I didn't have I wasn't called for this interview, but I decided dropping my CV in some comments. Then I got this interview, and when I got there, the way I related with people interviewing me, they really knew that I had a serious idea of what facilities management is all about. And before now, trust me, if I did that interview before the class had started, I don't think I would have gotten the job, because a lot of things that I had learned from this place, contract management, facilities management in total, what it's all about and what it entails, brought me out and made me stand out in the interview process. I was able to tell them much about contract management. I was able to tell them much about KPIs and how to supervise and all of that, and how to manage a building and how to manage facilities in the building and what to look out for. And they were very, 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 very impressed with my section. I'm 100% sure it was due to the few lectures, because I've not even gone too far in Mastercraft program when I went for this interview. But the few
class got me all the ideas, and I was able to move forward and I was able to get the job.
I'm Matthew Ojonuga Friday. Actually, I'm very grateful to be part of this free training. I'm working with Asego Nigeria Limited as a maintenance and servicing engineer. Also, I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. I've been looking onto opportunity to build up a career in facility management. And thank God I came across the Max-Migold online on WhatsApp, and I came to the opportunity and I came for the training. Actually, the first time of being here, and I can attest to the fact that the training was absolutely wonderful. I learned something new, very new that I have not learned before. And Mr. Paul is a very wonderful lecturer and also a mentor to say, because what I have downloaded into for this training is what enough to be a mentor to align with. And I believe as time goes on, I promise to get close and learn more from him, because I believe he has much to deliver. And also I want to comment on his efforts so far to make sure the training was wonderful in terms of free lunch and every other facilities and things which he has made available for everybody.
My name is Upote Okoyeno. I heard about Max-Migold from a friend referred me, and actually I just concluded my MSc. I've not actually had another experience different from academics. But coming here today actually has opened my eyes to a lot of opportunities. It has actually made me believe there are lots of opportunities outside academics in terms of the management aspects, the HSC and more of it. And for the speaker, it was very fantastic. He brought everybody wow, really made good points, and he changed the idea and thought into very effective. And referring people, I think he has actually brought out the positivity for you to want to tell people about what you have learned, which I believe you want to motivate people to come and do better.
My name is Anayo Victor Waboa. I work with Plus World Realtors. Max-Migold has done a great job at lecturing us on facility management training, fundamentals and specific core competencies in facility management. I really love it because it helped me improve myself better despite what I've known. And there are still new developments, still new process to the way you carry out facility management procedures in your workplace. I was opportunity to ask a lot of questions and get a lot of answers to my questions, and these questions and these answers will rather help me perform better at my work. Yes, Paul Erubami, I've known him for a while now, and he has been so good, he has been so nice. In fact, he called me up this morning, we talked about one or few things concerning facility management and my growth, and I really appreciate him for such an opportunity. Despite not paying any dime for this, yes, we received so much value. We've been here since morning and we are still receiving, and we don't want to go home. I think this training is profitable for everyone who is ready to grow a career in facility management. Thank you very much.
The very first day in class was, my God, wow, the knowledge, everything in the class was just wow. That's what I can say. And today, I've been to different interviews, I've done very well, I've represented very well, and I've worked in one or two organizations. Currently, where I worked, I just joined them this December, and they just made me the head of facilities. Number one was that when I came, there wasn't system at all. Nothing like PPM. They always break down of service and all of that. So first thing I came, I took the stock, I do a PPM, I create an asset register. They were like, what's going on? So I created the system, all to the knowledge I gained through this institution.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hajia Zainab Saleh, and I'm the Managing Director of Brains and Hammers Facility Management Limited and White Oak Management Services Limited. Both are facilities management companies. Not too long ago, I decided to enroll my staff in a masterclass program organized by Max-Migold Limited. For some of us that are not aware, Max-Migold Limited is a physical facilities management, training, inspection, technology advisory firm. Now, I've known them for quite some time, and I chose, not too long ago, to put my staff through a training program under Max-Migold. And I can assure you that it was worth it. Why do I say that? What value has it brought to me? Or what value has it brought to my staff and to the organization generally? I can assure you there was a change. Why do I say that? Their mindset has begun to change. The way they look at attending to activities and tasks that have been given to them have changed. I even hear it in their conversations. And when you hear my staff discussing about tasks or projects that have been given to them to execute, you hear them saying, oh no, I remember in class they told me not to do this. Let's do it this way, and let's see how it's going to affect the work at the end of the day. The long and short of all what I'm trying to say to you is that if you have an opportunity to send your staff or yourself to Max-Migold, please do it, because it is worth it. And I can assure you that you will see positive changes in your staff, and which will eventually impact in your organization. Do go ahead, work with Max-Migold. You will definitely get what it is you're looking for. Have a lovely day.
We have a lot of courses actually, but I have two that are more interesting to me, like procurement management and facility maintenance strategies. Procurement management, it exposes us to so many things about procurement. The difference between procurement and purchase. All that you need to do to abide by the ethics of procurement standard, everything that you need to succeed as an FM, in procurement. And at the same time, maintenance, facility strategic maintenance is one of the main things as an FM that really, puts you at that top, that will really make people appreciate and respect you. The essence of facility, maintenance strategy, the whole essence and objective is to save costs. Is to ensure that the operations of that organization keep running. That's the whole essence of facility operation maintenance. And in those, we have a lot of processes, the strategies to apply. Like for example, we have talked about the reactive / run to fail maintenance plan. Talk about the preventive maintenance plan and the predictive maintenance plan. So as an FM, I think for it to be top notch, for it to be at the top of your peak, and to be respected in your discipline, you need to understand the three modules that I just mentioned earlier. The reactive, some of what's equivalent or whatever that you are allowed to be reactive, and the kind of preventive measure you deploy in the process and everything. So for me, it has been a resourceful and expository times in Max-Migold.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ayiba Sobo, and facilities manager with Landmark Africa. And before now, I used to be facility manager with my church university headquarters. I used to be facility manager traditionally before I saw the need to upgrade myself to world-class facility manager. Then I did my research and I got Max-Migold as the preferred trainer for that purpose, which I attended training for 9 months. The 9 months, 3 months was in class, and 6 months was on the field to do our project. And he saw me through to Lagos Business School, which I did my 6 month project there. I had a lot of experiences. I saw the value increase in me. So he saw me through to other places like real estate companies, and I worked there for a while before I came to Africa, which practically I felt it that my value increased because of the training experience. Every time for everybody for bringing up this training that has seen what as facility managers emerged because of his leadership and the quality of the training.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Anayo Onwabuko. I'm a facility management manager in
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. It's 1 p.m. in the city of Lagos. Today, the 29th of January, 2026. It's Thursday, and it's a usual practice to come live with another episode of the Facility Management Lunch Hour. This lunch hour session that runs from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Thursday has become a regular for many professionals beyond the built environment, beyond facility management, because we discuss topics of interest to professionals, those aspiring to be facility managers, those involved in the built environment in one way or the other. And we also take on workplace productivity topics that helps us enhance how we succeed, excel, and progress at work. Uh, I've had a fantastic series of launch our topics that are in the domain of workplace productivity for the last 7 to 8 weeks now. And today we are coming to you with another very, very important one. Facility services as a career of choice for Gen Z, building careers that shape the spaces of tomorrow. And why are we talking about this topic today? There's a huge gap in the level of understanding of young people about facility management. In fact, most people right now in Nigeria go through primary, secondary schools, universities, higher institutions without even encountering anything related to facility management because there are no courses at their levels for facility management, and because they don't realize that it's a profession like this. And come to think about the fact that every structure space that's built in the built environment will have to be managed by professionals. It's shocking that this gap exists in the minds of young people. So they don't know, so they drive around, wandering around all the different courses they read, trying to find work, doing all kinds of odd jobs instead of coming on to become professionals in a field that has very high demand, very fast pace in growth, and underserved because not many people have appreciated or recognized this. So we're going to make this as simple as possible, help you understand everything about facility management, why it should be attractive to the young generation, and why facility management as a profession need young people in today's session. So sit back and enjoy today's session. Before I run straight into the topic of discussion today, I would like to just remind us that today, 29th, leaves just 2 more days for anyone to be admitted into the ongoing Facility Management Mastercraft Diploma course that started this month of January. So by the 1st of February, we won't be able to admit anyone to join this current class. But the good news is that we have second batch for 2026 happening starting in April, and the final batch for 2026 starting in August. I've had feedback for some people who were concerned about not being able to, put together the entire amount needed to join this current program. So I would say, please don't be discouraged. We have a program where you can pay in installments towards the class you can afford to join. So if you have 3 installments or 4 installments, start now in January, February, March, April, you're in class. If you have, just about 100,000 or so, and you want to start paying it on a monthly basis towards the August class, please do so. So it's important that we take advantage of this so that we can be in it. And it always gladdens my heart to know that people have done the FM Mastercraft Diploma and have excelled in their careers and are doing so well in their career. Not only taught competence skills, they're also taught character skills, character traits that they can imbibe to excel and succeed in our industry. And these are the things that are leading them to succeed and excel wherever they are globally. In virtually every continent, we have someone who has gone through the FM diploma and using the skills well where they find themselves. So feel free to join us. The website is maxmigold.com/promo. maxmigold.com/promo. That's the website where you can, engage and learn everything about the FM Mastercraft Diploma and sign up for the course, whatever batch you want to do, just indicating your registration, and we'll follow up with that for you. Max-Migold does training extensively. We've created some of the best, broadest range of training, materials and content, and we have the largest faculty of any facility management dedicated institution, in Africa. A faculty of almost 14 people now, all professionals applying their trade in practical day-to-day FM practice, as well as academia, and all certified to different levels of qualifications in facility management that will come to class and teach you from first-hand experience, practical tips, tricks, and lessons to help you excel in your FM career. So it's not just about me. In fact, now we run a system where I take some of the lunch hour sessions and some of the other faculty members come on screen to take some interesting topics that are more aligned to their domains of experts. So you can always get the best. Whether you are paying for the FM diploma or you are getting the lunch hour session like this for free, you will always get the best from Max-Migold. Max-Migold is into facility management. So when you say who are we? What are we? We are a facility management company. Okay, so apart from training, we handle FM operations and maintenance, no matter the size and scale of your development property, your estates, your factory, your hospital, your hotel, your airports, or any kind of infrastructure, both public and private. We can mobilize the team, set up the systems, deploy the technology, train and orient on an effective standard approach, globally acclaimed standards for managing facilities, and you always be rest assured you get the best having Max-Migold team on your site. We also handle technology-related projects, software deployments, asset tagging, CMMS, compliance maintenance management software for organizations. And these all projects that we execute, including renovations and redesign or remodeling of your spaces to suit your organizational needs. Max-Migold has the project teams for all of those kinds of projects. So please reach out to us. You can WhatsApp chat that same number I shared with you earlier, 080-220-20122. I will personally respond to your chats. That's the level of seriousness we take to your inquiries. I make sure I respond and interact with you to ensure we give you the best. Okay, I have shared my screen. I need a confirmation that my audio is good. I just saw a note on the chat that seem to indicate that the audio is okay. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so here in today's session, we want to understand what Facility Services offers as a modern, future-ready career path. We want to recognize why FM aligns with Gen Z values and expectations, identify career opportunities, roles, and growth path in facility services, appreciate the role of technology, sustainability, and purpose in FM careers, and explore how to attract, engage, and retain the Gen Z talent in the FM industry. So this applies to property owners, people employing operators for various types of facilities. Pay attention because you'll learn a few things that will help you manage this crop of young people in delivering the services you want delivered to your customers. And then this is also for young people who are thinking about career options, who are wondering if FM will be it, who are not sure if what excites them is available in facility management. This is for you as well. Okay, so everyone who's involved in the built environment needs to switch on and participate in today's lunch hour. Traditionally, maintenance and FM used to be seen as one and the same thing. Maintenance factually is an aspect of facility management, one aspect. It's not the only thing that facility managers do, okay? Our job primarily is to ensure that we meet the needs of people by improving their quality of lives and the productivity of the core business. That's the purpose of facility management. And the built environment is supposed to serve that purpose. So in facility management, we integrate the people and their purpose to the place that they need to actualize their visions and their aspirations. So for us, the buildings that we maintain, that we manage, are tools for a higher cause, for a higher purpose, okay? So don't see the buildings that we manage as an end in themselves. If you know that the building, the space, the utilities, the amenities, the infrastructure you provide are provided because of a higher purpose, which is the quality of life and productivity of the business, you will move your focus above to that level where you now fully, more appropriately understand the requirements of the users, of the owners of the business and the owners of the organization. Once you understand where they are going, their vision, the direction they are driving, it's now easy for you to prescribe, recommend, create solutions around the built environment that helps them actualize those fulfillment of those goals. That's the whole idea of our job. So for us, when we integrate operations, safety, sustainability, the workplace experience we are trying to create is make the workplace enjoyable so that work becomes easy and seamless. And our understanding of the business helps us to elevate our thinking to strategic levels. And then we now connect data and ensure that we use this data and technology to enhance the speed and effectiveness of the things we are trying to deliver for the end users. So as a profession, we are strategic in the sense that we enable the accomplishment of the strategic objectives of the organizations that we serve. When I say facility management sees buildings and infrastructure as a tool to achieve something higher, when I look at what I'm managing, I'm focusing on the productivity, safety of the users, the employees, and the occupants. I'm looking at the asset as a store of value. I'm looking at it as something that gives financial benefits. So I'm not going to take an asset as if it's something, or a profit as if it's something that I'm supposed to just pump money into, keep it working. No, I'm seeing it as something that must be preserved, that whenever the valuation is done, it continuously increases in overall value. And I must also ensure that whatever I do, both for the well-being of the individual, the productivity of the core business, and the improvement of the asset value of the owners, I ensure there is alignment between the strategy of the organization and the strategy that I deploy to run the facilities, because that's the only time I'll take decisions that will move the organization in the path that it needs to go. So let's talk about, the youth of today. Let's forget about some slips that happened in the past over lazy Nigerian youth. They are not lazy. Nigerian youth are very intelligent. They always stand out anywhere in the world, anywhere they find themselves, in every field of endeavor. So we must give that accolade first. But there's a bit of a misunderstanding of what they want, what interests them, what makes them want to give their best. And that's one of the reasons why it looks as if certain professions are stuck with older generations, and the younger generations are not seeing these professions as something they should engage with. Gen Z seeks meaningful work that contributes to a larger purpose. I established this already. Flexible work environments support work-life balance and well-being. Impact-driven roles that create visible change. Values alignment that influences career choice more than just salary. And purposeful organizational influence help to attract, train, and retain Gen Zs to work in the organization. So facility management as a profession that fulfills a higher purpose is already aligned with those features and characteristics. A purpose-driven work environment. When you know that the things you do on a daily basis directly affects the well-being of states, of people's lives and livelihoods, it makes you feel a sense of value. They're giving value to the people you're serving. And then FM work is not a typical 9-to-5 office work. There's always excitement. You're always having to deal with planning, scheduling, inspections, projects, and reactions to things that, of course, even in the best laid out plans. So it's a very active kind of profession. It's not sitting down and be poring over books and writing stuff all day. No, that's not what FM is about. So it drives that activity that you want to have. And then, of course, we we are managers of the built environment. The built environment is responsible for almost 40% of environmental impacts, both positive and negative. We use the environment. We redevelop and redesign the environment for different purposes as humans to work, live, and play. And this sustainability focus connected closely with this modern drive for technology adoption is a higher purpose. One, in terms of sustainability, we are pushing a solution that tries to preserve the future for future generations. And the younger generation, Gen Zs, are apt to relate with this. And then everybody now wants to be a tech person, AI, cyber, software, web development, and so on and so forth, digital this and digital that. The built environment is not staying behind. It's not lacking in this. Buildings are now coming up with smart systems, solutions that requires young minds who can relate with such level of automation. So IoT, Internet of Things, AI, software that automate processes is a new way to manage facilities. And there's always been that gap between those who develop software and those who use them. So you find someone building a software and trying to sell it to facility managers. These are young people who are interested in facility management, but don't know facility management, but they are heavily invested in technology, solutions in their lives. And so they go on creating solutions. Why don't you become a facility manager, experience what it is, and then build solutions for the facility management industry? Your own tech solution will be way better than any other one prepared by any other person who is not, intently devoted himself to the industry. And so that's why you find some prolific software developers. They develop different kind of things that nobody has bought, because they themselves don't understand the industries where those needs exist and how those industries are currently structured. So they cannot really solve the frictions in those industries with the solutions they are building. So it's a call to young people. If you're into technology, there's a lot of opportunity for you to learn facility management, become a facility manager, build solutions in this space, and become a value driver or provider within the built environment. And then if you are looking for roles, jobs within FM, there are a lot of technical roles now. So smart buildings are coming up everywhere. So if you know how to manage, deploy embedded systems, IoTs, technology to do different types of automations, please, this is your space. Don't go too far. And then, of course, I've talked about the operations. On a day-to-day basis, you're trying to find solutions, solve problems, be an impactful person in the workplace. Facility management gives you that opportunity. And then, because of the strategic positioning and reasoning that comes with that higher purpose we discussed earlier, FM provides you with leadership roles. You begin to understand business organizations, because many people get jobs, they go to work, they are placed on the role, and they just perform the roles on the surface because that's what they've been asked to do. They never take their time to understand why at multiple levels. Why does the organization exist? Why does the customers who purchase or patronize our organization right now, why do they do it? What is our strategic advantage of unique selling points to those customers? Why do we have so and so types of policies within the organization? How does it align with the needs of the customer and how we provide or fulfill those needs? A lot of questions come up that exposes you to leadership at that point, where you begin to do SWOT analysis, begin to do different types of scenario planning on how you can provide the resources, the amenities, the services, the buildings and spaces to help the organization achieve its roadmap, the success roadmap that already set for itself. And if you are analytical and aligned and you have competence in any of these, modern technologies in the built environment, you will rise very fast. There are always clear paths of progress. Whether you work for a facility management company that provides services to clients, or you work for organizations that buy FM services and will manage in-house, you will always have great prospects in facility management. Don't be stuck with the old notion that FM is maintenance. Therefore, if you are not a hands-on electrician or plumber, you cannot contribute. No, that's wrong. In fact, if you are a electrician or plumber and you get opportunity to be exposed to facility management, you need to start elevating yourself. Your plumbing, electrician, air conditioning skills become a stepping stone to the higher level purpose of facility management. Once you begin to understand those, you begin to train yourself, begin to think the opportunities you have in the industry to become a facility manager, you begin to see how your profile rises in the industry, and you can rise to any level. I've talked about technology, automation, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, augmented reality. There are so many technologies that are now required to manage buildings. In times past, if you have to do an inspection of crawl spaces, or you have to do an inspection of high-rise or hard-to-reach areas, you probably almost write it off. But now we have drones. We have autonomous unmanned vehicles that can go into crawl spaces with cameras and whatever sensors you want to gather data for you to see what's happening, and you manage whatever maintenance, repairs, upgrades you want to do. So in essence, don't stay stuck in the old ways of doing maintenance. There are solutions now that are not as expensive as you fear. Because one of the people think, we're not going to invest in technology because of the concern that it's expensive. It's no longer that expensive. In fact, traditional installations like sockets and switches compared to the smart ones right now, good quality, they are almost at par in level. Same thing with lights. So don't think that we have to stay stuck in the old ways because of cost. Cost is no longer a factor. And then there is sustainability. Facility management drives sustainable practices in energy, water, and waste management. That era of just when the waste comes, just put everything together and dump is gone. We're now beginning to segregate, recycle, reuse as much as possible. These are all helping the environment. And we're now beginning to emphasize, the need for having green every development. They all help the environment. They help improve the well-being and health of those who use the facilities that we manage. So these sustainability drives have now resulted in green building certifications, where individuals, building owners, estates can demonstrate commitment to environmental responsibility. And this in itself now begins to a new level of customer respect, improve your reputation, enable organizations to now build customers at a premium because of your investment in sustainability. And so, as facility managers, whether you are sales defense, trying to come in at FM, the opportunities are expanding on a daily basis. And if you're an FM who have been doing things in a traditional way, start reevaluating the needs of your customers in light of sustainability. You have a major role in shaping the health and safety of your building users and your communities. Ensure buildings meet safety, accessibility, and health standards. There are standards that are prescribed by regulation. Every building should have a fire code standard implemented, where you have the right firefighting equipment, the security systems, you have the safety systems, you have, These things are now required by law. And then there are higher standards that are above the levels prescribed and enforced by law that FMs are now becoming more familiar with through professional bodies and training opportunities like the ones we are having here and the ones you will encounter when you take on the FM Mastercraft Diploma. Because you are responsible for the health and the well-being of all those that you house, that you cater for, the quality of air, the quality of water, the pollution of noise and sound and whatever can come to affect the well-being of individuals becomes a big concern to you. You no longer see the environment as something you can't control. You no longer see it as something that is already bad, things are going to get worse. No, because there are always ways you can contribute to making it better. That's basically it. Sometimes you have a say in how programming and design are done before even construction starts. So if you've elevated yourself to a strategic level already in terms of your thinking, your analysis, the way you do your job, your proactiveness, yes, you can influence how things are designed and developed. But beyond that, for those of us who would just encounter buildings because we were employed to manage an old building or stuff like that, you now need to find a way to improve that space to meet the needs of your customers. And one other area that FMs are taking very seriously is the area of risk management, risk mitigation for everyone involved, all stakeholders, users, customers, residents, occupants, workers, vendors, regulatory authorities. Because in the built environment where we are, we have electricity, we have water, we have air conditioning, we have heat generating devices. All of these things are built in to give us comfort, to improve our well-being, but they also have their inherent risk if not handled properly. So it's our job not only to ensure that it is fixed properly, it's our job to ensure that it's operated safely by ourselves, the operators, and by the end users, so that, because one person's mistake can cause a hazard or a major accident that can affect so many other people who are innocent in the environment. So we cannot say we know what we are doing. Let every resident be on his own. They also should know what they're doing. It's our responsibility to ensure that we educate them on anything that can become an issue over time as they engage with the facilities that we provide. And then, of course, alignment with the goals of our end users, our communities, our companies that engage us. So there are technical skills, there are digital skills, and there are soft skills that you need to excel as a facility manager. By the name of the profession, it's our profession that management is in the name of our profession. So we are already managers from the day we get involved in this profession. So for young ones, it's already an elevation. You leave an OND or HND or BSc, you graduate from that program, and the first day on the job in facility management, you are already a manager. Now, so management skills is a foundational skill you need as an FM to plan, to schedule, to write reports and analysis, develop processes, checklists, and so on and so forth. Then you now need the technical skills. You need to be able to interpret drawings, be able to write scope work, be able to supervise technical tasks being done in the building system, fire system, electrical system, power systems, and so on and so forth. And then you now need the digital skills. This is where data is running everything. You're providing water. You can't just know only about the technical aspects of providing water, or the pump runs, it's sounding okay, it's providing tanks filled up. You need to know you have access and utilize data on flow rates, time of day, quantity of water use, intensity of use, average per user, per hour, per day, all those kind of metrics, because these are the information that will feed back into your planning. And these are the data that you deploy into the software that you will use to manage facilities. So these skills are very critical to facility management. And then, of course, the soft skills. If I were to put on a scale, rank management, technical, and soft skills, I will most likely, in fact, I will obviously, in every respect, place soft skills as the top ranking requirement for FM competency before I will now come to managerial and technical. Even though our job as FMs is management, so we expect that managerial skills should come first, all the planning and scheduling and analyzing skills. This soft skills is what we use to relate with each other. It's how we communicate, how we understand problems, convert that understanding into a solution framework, get buy-in, go on to execute and satisfy the needs of the end user. And in continuous operation, the back and forth communication that creates a relationship of trust, a relationship of competence and integrity in you, the FM operator. So being able to have emotional intelligence skills, being able to have communication skills, leadership skills, they're all part of this range of soft skills. Being able to to proactively see issues ahead and have alternate reasoning or plans around preventing those issues is key to facility management success. And you, as someone coming into the profession, must pay attention to these areas. And then for those who are concerned that, we didn't have a first degree in facility management, so if I come with my chemistry degree, or if I do political science, or I did an OND in business administration, working in FM, where's my future in terms of qualifications? Facility management now has training certificates, credentials, certifications in such abundance. Starting with the FM Mastercraft Diploma, you have gained a globally recognized certification in facility management. And if you now move on to have globally recognized industry certifications like the IFMA credentials, you can earn the FMP, the CFM, the SFP. You just broaden your knowledge, but you now have a stamp of approval. If you earn the FM diploma, for example, and you have that designation, you put your name and you have that FMD, and then you have FMP, and you have SFP, and then you have CFM, you are growing on a path that every time you add one new credential, you see a huge a bump in your profile, in your earning ability, in your ability to solve problems and gain recognition and grow in promotions from within the organization you serve, and even in others that desire service. So as an FM, we don't limit ourselves to one scope, one aspect. I'm good with interior decoration, I'm good with cleaning, I'm good with maintenance, I'm good with interacting with customers, I'm good with technology. We don't limit ourselves. We learn a very wide range of skills that helps us excel and succeed as facility managers. So we also encourage cross-training within the team, so that if one person knows A, other people get to know A within a short period. We work together as a team. There's no task, there's nothing we really deliver management that is not a teamwork. The end users experience what we have delivered. That experience, calls together the efforts of the managers, the inspectors, the HSC people, the electrician, the plumber, the power producing people, and all that. Everybody have worked together to create that environment where the person comes in and uses and say, oh, that is what we're talking about. And all of us comes in with all kinds of skills from different trades. When we come together, it becomes harnessed in a cross fashion will become better than what we came in with because of our interaction with others in the profession. And because buildings are evolving, human beings that uses buildings are also evolving. The needs, the preferences, the taste of building users are also changing. Their level of awareness of facility management is also increasing. So the expectation is also rising. So if you were a facility manager 3 years ago and you had certain expectations or customers had certain expectations of you, this 2026, the rest assured the customer now has changed expectations. You also must continue to learn, improve, increase in your ability to respond and deal with issues that will crop from this changing customer perspective, perceptions, and expectations. And then you have the mentorship, culture, and career development. In facility management, it's more like an environment where, because there is no formal grassroots, qualification, you come from somewhere and then you join the community. You take a training, you join an alumni group. By the way, the Max-Migold Facility Management Mastercraft Diploma is now the largest, association of facility management practitioners or professionals in the African continent. So that's a network that is the value of being in such a network where daily exchanges, interactions, jobs opportunities, procurement solutions, technology exchanges, ideas that educates you and enlightens you on a daily basis is priceless. It's priceless. So even beyond the training, the obtaining certification and becoming qualified, and then earning a good job and earning a good salary, that's continuous development that happens because you are part of a community of professionals that are always forward looking and exchanging great ideas will definitely support your success in what you are doing. And this community also serves like a mentorship arrangement, because when you're coming up in the industry, those who have moved, and movement nowadays in FM profession is very fast. It's very easy for you to experience 3 moves, to the top within 5-6 years, because there's new demand at the top for strategic facility managers. So those who are there, who have become qualified, who are practicing professionally, they get moved up. So there's a whole lot of opportunities, coming up at the bottom, where they have left, and also new facilities that are coming into the. Because think about it, Lagos builds and commissions thousands of buildings every single year. Every single year, someone has to manage all these new facilities. So there's a huge opportunity, and because this is moving up, others are moving in. There is this hand holding that happens within the industry if you affiliate or associate. So if you do come into the profession, do not isolate yourself. Associate, affiliate, then you'll be recognized. Offer of yourself to serve in committees, in various tasks being carried out by the professional bodies and associations. So that way you become more exposed. Share your knowledge, share what you have learned online on social media, on professional networks. That makes you more recognized than anybody who is doing so well and it's in one corner. Because our FM industry, it needs all the recognition it can get to come out of obscurity. Because that's why we're even doing this session. People don't know so much about the industry. We want this message to go out and say, look, one, FM is not traditional old school the way we used to do. It's not just maintenance the old school way. We've moved past that. We now have technology. We now have systems, data. We now have a futuristic approach, IoT and AI integration into facility management. So this is not a profession that people used to think of. It is as people who clean the buildings and repair things. No, we have moved way past that. FM's profession is now giving opportunities to young people to bring their flair, bring their innovation, bring their technology focus into the industry and solve complex problems. And when you do that, you gain recognition. You see your profile rise very quickly, because this is what the world needs now. This is what the world needs to solve problems of the built environment, to bring solutions that enhances the well-being and productivity of the core business, and also the asset value, improves or increases the asset value of the property that we manage. And same way it was looked at in the past as a man's thing, men are the ones that repairs and handle tools and the rest. That's why FM was almost skewed towards a masculine gender profession. But now that's no longer the case. It's open to all genders. In fact, we encourage women of all ages, and this is one of the things that we really want to advocate for as we take on this session that we're bringing to you today. Encourage your girls to consider facility management as a profession. In the past, you hear of when the girls say, "I want to become a doctor or a nurse," and then the guy will say, the boy will say, "I want to become an engineer." It was so skewed, in that sense that you now have a higher proportion of nurses as women and a higher proportion of engineers and technicians as men. These are things that we need to work in, because with the balance, we are creating a work environment with a diverse mindset, with solutions that meet the needs of customers more closely or precisely, because we have encouraged diversity and a wide range of way of thinking to solve problems. So collaboration is a big part, because I already said there's nothing you can deliver in FM without working as a team. If we engage and work well together, facility managers, we will not only contribute to solutions that meet the needs of the customers, but also helps us feel a sense of well-being and engagement. Okay, so that's our session for today. FM offers meaningful, purpose-driven work that impacts people and spaces. Technology, sustainability, and innovation make FM careers modern and engaging. Diverse career paths support growth from entry level to leadership roles. Inclusive, flexible, and well-designed workspaces align with Gen Z values, and continuous learning, mentorship, and career development ensure long-term success as facility managers. So go ahead, join the profession, encourage your young ones who are looking for a profession to plug themselves into, to join and take advantage. Facility management is open for business. Opportunities are huge and massive, and we want this word to go out. Okay, so I will allow you. I have a few minutes left on the clock. So if you have a comment or question, now is the time. Thank you, all of you who have been who have come into this session today, and just last week, I got a message from someone in faraway Indonesia participating in our lunch hour sessions every Thursday. So please, when you see the flyers, when you see the links to this session, share it widely. We want as many people as possible to be here to learn and to exchange ideas. If you are not in our facility management, Max-Migold facility management training platforms, we have a platform on Facebook, interactions happening there every day. We have a large one on Telegram. We have another one on WhatsApp, where we exchange ideas, information to help you solve problems on a regular basis and job opportunities. So if you are not there, please, you can indicate. Let's see if we can have the links. Can we have the links of those platforms dropped on the chat? We drop it on a weekly basis because we know there will be new people who will be joining us, and they can click on these links. If you've been here before and you scroll back on the chat, you will see the link. But now the links have been dropped again. Thank you so much, Emanuela, for doing that. Just join the group, and then we can take up the conversation in those platforms if you have comments or questions after now. All right, so that's all we are taking today. So thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next week, Thursday. Bye.